My name is Sigurd Salvesen. I'm here as a child advisor for the Day of General Discussion. I work in children's rights through Press, which is the Norwegian Save the Children youth organization. And I tend to spend a lot of time on writing to different national and local newspapers about different instances of rights being violated. I am mostly focused on international, but whenever Norway does something that I disagree with or that I think, violates one of the human rights, I am very vocal about it. For instance, in Belarus or Western Sahara and so on and so forth. And these are cases that, like most people in Norway, don't really know about. But I think that once they get to know a lot more about it, they have the ability to make a difference, make a change, and to convince the people that they elect into power that they should do something about this. I think the main difference between me and an adult is that an adult has a lot more like money and sometimes a lot more influence. Like, an adult can choose how to spend their money, and if they want to give money to organizations that support rights and so on, while I don't actually earn money, so I can't. I think I, as a child or as someone who is young, is more inclined to question why everything is the way it is, while a lot of old people just go, okay, but that's the way it's always been, why should we change that now? But they aren't asking the real question, which should be, why haven't we done anything up until now? I think if you are going to write to the newspaper, and if you're going to write something to the newspaper that, is going to be published, you have to be kind of angry about something. If you're not angry, then I feel like it's harder to write. You need to be this needs to be out there, this needs to come in the newspaper, people need to know about this. But when you have things such as the current situation in Western Sahara, where the people are being beaten, where they are being oppressed, where they can't vote, where they are being more or less completely controlled by Morocco, where most of the population grows up in refugee camps, then you can't just sit there and spread the good vibes. You also have to make people feel like these rights aren't just the rights of someone far, far away. This could have been them. This could have been their rights that are violated. When you only think about your day-to-day lives, you don't think about the bigger things, the bigger questions, the bigger issues. But I think everyone, deep inside, want to care, they want to know. And therefore I write. There are times where I feel like I could never make a change and nothing will ever change, and huge changes are beyond my or anyone else's control. But then you just stop for a second and you look at just in the numbers. You look at how many people living in democracies and how that number has increased in the last 200 years. You look at the amount of people who are vaccinated, the amount of people who can read, the amount of people with access to information, to education, to jobs. And you see that progress is being made, even if you just can't see it from day to day. But in the long run, things are becoming much, much better. Sometimes I feel like not caring is even worse. Because if you don't care and if you don't try to make a difference, then a difference is never going to be made. If everyone thinks that, okay, I'm not going to be able to make a difference, nothing is going to happen, I don't have the power. If everyone thinks that, nothing will ever happen. You need to fight for it, you need to try to create a better world. I think children can both bring questioning and answering, to be honest. I think a lot of adults kind of forget what it's like to be a kid, what it's like to be a child, and what kind of problems you face and how it is, because you're so used to being the person you are now that you can't remember the person you were 20, 30, 50, maybe even 60 years ago. Helping other people, that's actual politics. That should be a part of any political decision, should be how can we help people? And not just how can we help ourselves.